Some new stories from Ethiopia for you. Firstly, a top advisor of Ethiopian PM Abiy seems to have distanced himself from PM Abiy's government. Reportedly, he is not in Ethiopia and he has cut off his ties with the government. Secondly, Amhara President Yilkal Kefale a few hours ago in a meeting spoke about conclusion of war. So for him, the war has not ended. Another phase is being planned by Amhara regional government and Ethiopian National Defense Force. What did he say? We'll have a detailed look at his speech. Thirdly, Jawar Mohammed. Why is he silent? As I said in previous videos that I'll speak on that. Why is he silent? Has he struck a deal with PM Abiy's government? Or is he under some sort of pressure? By the way, we know that in 2019, Jawar gave up his US citizenship. He gave up his US passport. Has he been given Ethiopian passport? Has Ethiopian Immigration Agency issued Ethiopian passport to Jawar Muhammad? What we have learned is that so far, Immigration Agency has not issued Ethiopian passport to Jawar. So there are several things that we will have a look in connection with Jawar's silence. Firstly, a top advisor of Ethiopian PM Abiy seems to have dished him. He has worked with TPLF as well in the past. His name is Arkabe Ikubai, an economist. He was an advisor to the PM. Reportedly, he has cut off all ties with the government. Now, he is not part of the government. He worked with TPLF as well. He was one of the top TPLF officials in the past. He worked as Addis Ababa mayor too. He worked as a minister too. Now, he is no more part of the government. Ethiopian government is in need of economists because we know that I reported in previous video about foreign exchange reserves of the country, which are alarmingly low, 1.3 billion US dollars. So Ethiopian economy is in need of top class officials, top class professionals rather, to steer it towards stability. So at this critical time, Rakabe Ikubai has decided to distance himself from the government. Two other news stories. Amhara regional president Yilkal Kefale a few hours ago spoke about war. He said war has not been concluded so far. He asked a question. He said that Amhara politicians, Amhara regional government has been raising this question with Ethiopian federal government, Ethiopian National Defense Force. What is the question? Question is, why doesn't war get concluded? So this question was raised by Amhara regional government with Ethiopian National Defense Force, Ethiopian federal government, that why is that war is not coming to an end? It means that war has not come to an end according to Amhara regional government. It should come to an end. How will it come to an end? Yilkal Kefale says that we held discussions with Ethiopian National Defense Force and all details cannot be disclosed here. But we are working on a plan. Ethiopian National Defense Force and Amhara regional government. Amhara regional government is building a very large force, confirmed by Yilkal Kefale that massive recruitments are underway. They'll continue in coming weeks and months. Amhara region is planning to raise a very large force. Amhara Regional Force, Amhara Special Force, FANU as well, though FANU is under crackdown, but recruitments are still underway with the permission of the government. So, Amhara regional government is building a large army. Same is the case with Ethiopian National Defense Force. Yilkal Kifal has said that ENDF is also in the process of recruitment, training, organizing. Then action will be taken. Tigray People Liberation Fund should not be underestimated. Preparation work must be completed. After that, the war should be concluded. Now, I think he made it very clear what Amhara regional government wants. Ethiopian National Defense Force is in talks with the government, Amhara regional government. It is organizing, it's reorganizing, it's recruiting. But it does not mean that Ethiopian National Defense Force is going to attack Tigray in coming days. It could be a lollipop for Amhara region, that Amhara region is being pacified by Ethiopian National Defense Force, Ethiopian PM Abiy, that in coming weeks, coming months, war would be concluded. It could be a lollipop. It could be a false promise from ENDF, from Ethiopian federal government. That is what it is, I think, personally. Right now, things could change in coming months. So far, Ethiopian National Defense Force is not planning a major offensive on Tigray. It's not feasible. Their economy is pulling them back. Their economic conditions are so poor and they are getting worse day by day that the government, other regional forces, Ethiopian National Defense Force, they're not in a position to launch a full-scale attack on Tigray. But this speech of Amhara president shows what Amhara government wants. Amhara government wants a conclusion to the war. Why? Because we know that still there is presence of Tigray Defense Force in Wag Himra, in North Gondar as well. At the same time, there is presence of Amhara forces in Humra, Volkai, Segde, Western Tigray. So Amhara region does not want to withdraw its forces from Humra, Volkai, Segde, but it wants Tigray forces to withdraw from North Gondar, Wag Himra. It won't happen. It won't happen. How can the war be concluded if all sides are not ready to step back? But this speech of Amhara president shows what Amhara region wants. Will Ethiopian federal government, Ethiopian National Defense Force act according to the wishes of Amhara regional government? That remains to be seen. Lastly, viewers, Jawar Muhammad, who in 2019 said that he would contest election, 2020 election, which was due to be held in May 2020. It was postponed. Hachalo was assassinated and Jawar was put in prison. He is back in political scene. He is part of political activity now. And a correction, an update, that in yesterday's meeting of Oromo Federalist Congress, Jawar was made member of executive committee and vice president as well. So he is now vice president of Oromo Federalist Congress. He and Bekele Garba both are vice presidents, and Professor Mira Gudina is the president, the chairman of the party. Now, why is that he is silent? He is not speaking. We know what he did in 2019, 2020. He led street protest against the government of EPRDF. Then he led protests against PM Abiy's government as well. Now he is silent. Why? Either he has struck a deal with the government, and it's because that he thinks that PM Abiy is working for Oromo interests. Oromoma, that all Oromo politicians, parties, officials, government should work for Oromo cause, and since PM Abiy is working for it, that is why he should strengthen him. He should not oppose him. This is one theory which is being circulated, that he has struck an underhand deal with PM Abiy's government. Both of them now want to take on Amhara political elite jointly. PM Abiy is definitely taking on Amhara political elite. Amhara political elite is becoming weak. We have seen that. There are serious splits in Amhara Prosperity Party. Fano under crackdown. Amhara diaspora has split. Some are backing HR 6600, some are openly opposing it. So, Amhara political influence in Ethiopia is weakening. Oromo political significance is on the rise. Obviously, Jawar would like it to continue. So, one theory is that he is in alliance, secret alliance with PM Abiy's government. All Oromos are jointly taking on Amharas. Second thing that we have heard is that he is under pressure. He is not in a position to start some sort of struggle, a street movement. He was put in prison 2020. And then before that, in 2019, he abandoned his US passport because he wanted to contest Ethiopian election. So that is why he is Ethiopian born, but he was US citizen. In 2019, he abandoned his famous laptop and his passport. So far, Ethiopian Immigration Department has not issued Ethiopian passport to Jawar Mohammed, which Jawar Mohammed needs if he wants to travel abroad, if he wants to be part of political, if he wants to contest elections. Of course, he'll have to be a citizen of Ethiopia. Has he become an Ethiopian citizen? What we have learned is that so far he has not been issued a passport, though 2 years have passed since he abandoned his passport in 2019. And it is said that according to Ethiopian law, he should have been given a passport within 2 years after he abandoned his passport, US passport. So he is in a fix now. He is not in a position to travel abroad because he has abandoned his US passport. He has not been given Ethiopian passport so far. So I personally think that he is under pressure. Politically, he is not being allowed to play freely because we know that he is the kind of player who can mobilize people. And he has huge following in Oromia. So he is being kept under pressure by Ethiopian government. And in coming days, coming weeks, we could see him change his tone if he is not allowed to work freely, if he is not allowed to speak out. I think he'll change his tone. He'll change his course of political struggle in coming weeks or coming months. Things won't remain the same in coming years. PM Abiy has almost 5 years, 4 to 5 years to rule. These Oromo politicians will not sit silent. They'll speak, but they want some sort of space which is not being given to them. They're being threatened that they could be put back in prison. That is why they're waiting for the right time. Thanks for watching.